All right, we've got a very highly figured quilted big leaf maple piece here. Now I want to look at cutting this clean. I've got my standard fingernail grind bowl gouge. This has got my raptor grind on it. I come in off the nose of the tool, get my entry. Now that I'm in, I can drop my handle. Across this surface. The left hand's not pushing, it's just holding the tool down. The right hand does all the drying. Take our time. Try and catch the nub at the end. Good sport. Let's see what that surface looks like. So I've got some pretty significant tear out on here because the grain is really rolling in this quilted maple. So let's change our approach a little bit and let's go with the traditional ground bowl gouge. Now this one is very square up on the wings. They don't pull back at all. I use a platform to sharpen this. 50 degrees for the primary bevel. The secondary is just clearance. I don't really care what that angle is. It's just so that as I come around the corner on the inside of a bowl, I don't hit back here. And it's just primary. Now the longer the bevel gets on this grind, the more detriment it has. You'll pick up a spiral if you got too much bevel on here. So let's come in, run this just the way we'd normally run it. One big drawback to the traditional grind is it doesn't make a good entry cut, but once it's on the bevel, then it can cut across that surface. You can see the shavings are coming off of this tool completely different than they were coming off of fingernail grind, and that's because the wing in front, the bottom wing, is cutting ahead of the tip of the tool, the center bevel. And let's refine that a little bit just for description's sake. If I've got, looking straight at the tool, the left hand of the flute will be bevel A, the nose will be B, and the right hand will be C. So A, B, and C on this tool also, or A, B, C, and A, B, C. That'll help me describe what I'm doing here. Let's go back and look at the cut using B bevel. Still getting some tear out right there. Now I can cut anywhere that I'm supported over the tool rest. That means I could come in and I could cut on a wing, and now instead of having a curve that wants to turn those fibers, I've got a long slicing action. So let me bring that handle around, I hope, and pick up my bevel. You can see that shaving has changed quite a bit different than what we were getting off the two previous cuts. I'm getting a longer shaving. And a nicer curl for that shaving. Then try and catch those little nubs right at the end. So that's the shaving I'm getting now. Really nice. I expect to see a better surface back here on this piece than I had previous. Almost flawless on there. I've got just a little bit of tear out here. Let's try one more thing. I'm going to use C wing. And how do I get to C? Turn the tool upside down. I'm not going to start with it in there. I need to start on B. I'm coming all the way to the outside. And then get on the surface, then rotate the tool into the C position. Look at how much longer these shavings are coming off and sitting right there. Much nicer shaving off of using C. If I had the hand of the clock in the bottom of my flute pointing directly out, I'd be pointing at about 4/3. I cannot see what the tool is doing. I can't see the cutting edge, so I'm watching on the back side, back here, of what it did. Nice cut, still got a little bit of tear out there. That's just, I'm going to chalk that up to the surface of the wood. Now I could have come in, put a little bit of whatever your favorite product for finishing. If I was going to do dyes on this, I may not want to come in with an oil or a wax. But whatever your first step in your finish protocol, for me it's going to be that scratch free. Even just water will help. Come in with my best cut again, which is that flute pointed at the 4 o'clock position using C, wing. And when you get on your lathe, you get looking at this, do it with the lathe off, but turn over and look. What I'm actually doing, I'm lifting that fiber very little. It's got very little resistance to come off of that tool. Now, with this piece of wood, I could also come in and extend or change the bevel angle and go to a sharper bevel angle, like a 40. I've started it at a 50, but I've got no, this is flat. If I was doing the bottom of a platter or something, I could go 50 degrees. That's better. That is definitely sandable surface. It wouldn't take long to get that out. And this is a really difficult, really stubborn piece of wood. But what I was saying with the bevel, I could go to a sharper bevel angle and come across there. Now I've also made several cuts with this gouge, so that edge may not be as sharp as it could be any longer. Especially with this high-figured wood, so sharpen frequently. If I had a big deep bowl, I'd blunt the edge. I want that bevel angle to be just sharp enough that I can go from the rim to the base of the piece and not hit the rim. I don't get it much sharper than about 40 degrees, and only then when I'm doing platters. But the bevel is kept very, very short and isn't very long at all. And I can see some evidence of where I was, a little burnish on the cutting edge where I was cutting. And so I'm going to think that if I went to the grinder, we won't take the time here, but if I went to the grinder, sharpen that one more time, I'd get a cleaner pass across that than what I just did.